Hello world, this is Edward Bevilacqua, editor of La Voce magazine, and I have the good fortune of being on the phone right now with Olissio Zoppe from Cavallo Equestrian Arts. Good morning, Olissio, how are you?
Good morning, I'm fantastic, how are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm in Las Vegas. Where are you right now?
Right now I'm in Florida, sunny Florida.
Okay, and we're getting started a little bit late because you said there was an issue with one of your team members.
Oh yeah. The horses don't really pay too close attention to scheduling, so I had a horse that had gotten out of his paddock and was out grazing. I had to catch him up.
Okay, well, fantastic. So we're glad that you're here now. Tell me a little bit, let's get started. We'll jump right in. Tell me a little bit about your Italian roots.
Well, I come from 8th and 9th generation Italian circus families. The Zoppes and the Zamperlas, both equestrian families, and both from the Treviso area. It was Treviso was kind of a hub for Italian circus families. A lot of them were based out of Treviso, and they were both the families were both equestrian acrobats. I still have a lot of family there. A lot still in Treviso, some in Alessandria, which is a town outside of Milano, and then also in Bologna. So they're scattered everywhere.
Okay, great.
But I'm very close to my Italian roots and very, very proud of them.
Yes, well that's great. Now, where were you born, Olissio?
I was actually born in the U.S. I'm a first-generation American. My mom and dad were both born in Italy, and I was born in Tucson, Arizona, while my family was traveling with a circus.
Wow. Too bad they didn't go a little bit further south and have you born in Tombstone, right? Great, famous town.
There you go.
So, and you literally grew up in the business, right?
I grew up in the business. I've been traveling, pretty much my whole life. And I've been working with horses my whole life. So it's something that, it's just in the blood, and there was never a question of anything else, I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an equestrian, and I wanted to be a performer.
Okay, and your show is coming to Las Vegas on April 9th, right? 9th through the 12th.
That is correct, 9th through the 12th. It's a really, really important show for us. We're super excited about it. It's a huge opportunity and blessing to be performing in Las Vegas, one of my biggest dreams.
And have you been to the Southpoint yet? The equestrian center there?
I have been to the Southpoint. It's a beautiful casino, and I'm really excited they're able to host us.
I've been told that the equestrian center there is first class. Is that right?
Oh, yes, it's first class, and they have some of the biggest equestrian events in the country are held at that facility because of, how wonderful it is.
And how many horses come out with you? How many are on your team?
We're gonna bring 12 horses of various breeds. We're gonna have Frisians, Lusitanos, quarter horses, different types of draft horses like Brabant, Percheron, Belgian. So it's gonna be a real treat for people to get a chance to see all these exotic breeds of horses.
Wow. And how long does it take to bring them across country?
It really depends. We'll probably take our time and have a couple different stops throughout the trip because it is definitely a long trek. It'll probably take us about 5 days.
Wow.
We'll travel. At the end of each day, we'll stop and let them rest overnight at different stopping points where we'll be able to let them out and let them relax for the evening. I
see. Is it stressful for horses to be in I guess it's called a trailer, right?
Yeah, they're in a horse trailer. It's really not, because horses find comfort amongst each other, and as long as they have, hay in front of them and water, and they're able to socialize, they do really well. Some horses that are not used to traveling might have, a nervous reaction, but it really all passes with a little bit of time. They adapt well, and after, a couple trips, they're acclimated.
And so they need, basically, when you stop, it sounds like it's like anybody else. You need to get out and stretch your legs, type of thing.
Definitely. We let them out, we walk them, and then we make sure that they get bedded down for the evening and that they're comfortable, and then they're, have enough energy and ready to go for the next day.
Yeah. Well, watching some of the videos, what you guys do is it's incredible.
Yeah, sometimes I watch videos of our performances and I can't believe the guy up there is 8.
Yeah. The one that comes to mind right now, I think was, I don't know if it was your grandfather or your great uncle. Somebody was on a horse that was, going around the ring, and they had a hoop in front of them, and they jumped through the hoop while they're standing on the horse.
Yep, backward somersault through the hoop. It's a very classical trick, and also super, super difficult. There's just a lot that goes into that. Number one is you have to have excellent precision and timing with the horse. The horse and rider really, really have a close relationship here, and they need to work really well together. And then, there's obviously the physical feat of it, of actually doing the somersault.
Sure.
A lot goes into that. So
now,
it's very difficult.
What about the one where you do that backwards flip twist and you land on the horse behind you? Is that even harder?
That's even harder. That's the full twist horse somersault. That's the full twisting somersault horse to horse. And my uncle Athos was the last people in the world to do that. We actually don't do that trick in our show. It is that difficult. But I'm lucky enough to say that my uncle was one of the last ones, and also one of the only ones to ever perform that trick. Okay,
wow, yeah, that was an amazing thing. So what are some of the ones that you do right now? I see where you're riding on 2 horses, 1 foot on each horse. That's pretty difficult, right?
You're going to see a lot of different stuff. Basically, the show consists of an array of different equestrian disciplines. We have Roman riding, which is what you're talking about, where you stand on the backs of 2 horses, 1 foot on each horse, and do different tricks with that. Then we have Cossack riding, which is a Russian style of trick riding. It came from the Russian Cossacks, where they would do tricks like go underneath the horse's belly at a full gallop, or around the chest, and do different types of vaults. So that's a super fast-paced, super exciting act. Then we have different aerial acts in the show. We have our beautiful aerial chandelier that is awesome aerial apparatus that we have 2 lovely ladies perform on. And then we have aerial silks. We have classical dressage. That's where the horse does different tricks, like he marches, he bows, he rears, things like this. And then we also have an act that's called Liberty, and it's where the horses are free, and they actually take their commands from the horse handler on the ground and do different tricks, such as a changing direction, different turns, rearing, again, laying down,
sure,
all sorts of stuff like that. It just shows the synchronization of man and horse.
Yeah, and now when you were talking, it reminded me, one of the little videos I saw, I think was your mother doing something called sword balancing.
She was, yep.
And what is that? It was, it was like an old movie that was converted. So I couldn't really tell what it was, but there was something, she's like climbing a ladder, and there was something on like swords or something on her head. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's back when we were in the circus, and she actually did that act, and it was like holding a dagger and then balancing a sword on the dagger.
Oh, wow.
And then doing it, and then climbing a ladder and doing different positions and whatnot, just to show the balancing expertise. But no, we don't actually do that in our show. Okay.
Now, I was told when your show was initially described to me, they said this is like Cirque du Soleil, but better because it involves horses. Because
this is. I think Cirque du Soleil. I don't think that's a good way to describe it. It's a show that's done in a theatrical format, and it's done in definitely the new style of performance, where we don't really have a ring announcer. Each act transforms from one act to another. The transitions are very smooth and beautiful, and again, there's theatricality in the show. So it's definitely something different, and the horses are spectacular.
Yeah, and so so I think what I hear you saying is it's different and better and more modern than what I saw on YouTube from the things of your parents, etc.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, my family's been in this business a long time, and each generation kind of, perfects another part of the craft, and it's all our family's always evolving and learning from one generation, and also adding its own twist, to the performance. So it's definitely different than what you saw on the YouTube videos from the old videos of my family.
I see. Now you mentioned family a lot, Olissio. How many other family members do you have in the show?
We're actually three brothers.
Okay.
And then the rest of the people are, people that have worked with us for a long time, or people that we've trained, or other professionals. But the show is based around the three brothers.
Okay. And where did Zamperla come from? What is the relationship between the Zoppes and Zamperlas?
Okay, my father is a Zoppe, and my mother is a Zamperla, and those are the two family names that I come from. The Zamperla family is also very famous right now for taking over Coney Island. Oh, they're the company that has gone in and revamped Coney Island as far as all their rides. They're an amusement company, and they are my grandfather's first cousins.
I see. Okay.
And they build amusement rides all over the world, and they're doing a great job on Coney Island by restoring Coney Island to what it once was. Oh,
great. So, well, that's fantastic. Do you stay in touch with them at all? Do you ever see them?
Yes, I do. I was out in Coney Island about 6 years ago, and it was just a great chance to visit with everybody. And then we actually, the Coney Island Historical Society did a piece on us because we hadn't been in touch with them for at least 20 years. So
I see.
It was definitely cool.
Good. Now, I have some friends that are into dressage. So what's the reaction that people who do dressage, when they go see your show, what is their reaction?
Well, classical dressage is different than competitive dressage. Classical dressage is more of a showy type of dressage, where competitive dressage, if you're not I would say if you're not really into dressage and it's not the upper levels, a lot of people won't understand it because it's more of a, you have to have the eye you have to know what you're watching. Classical dressage is more about tricks, and it's more adaptable to show business.
But they really have an appreciation though for horses, right? People that do dressage.
Of course. Oh yeah, they're gonna love it. They're gonna see a beautiful Frisian stallion that does our classical dressage bit. He's absolutely magnificent. He's probably one of the most beautiful Frisians in the country, if not the world. He's amazing, and he does fantastic, beautiful piaffe, lavad, Spanish walk, all the classical stuff to beautiful music and choreography.
I see. And now, how about people who've never really seen horses? How are they when they see the show?
You don't have to be a horse person to enjoy it because it's super exciting. It's definitely something that anybody can enjoy just because the sheer beauty and excitement of it. Again, if I don't know how else to put it, it's just something that everybody can enjoy, and I designed the show specifically that way, not just to have the interest of equestrians, but everybody. I
see. Okay, and I just have a couple more questions. What are your brothers' names?
Gino and Aramis.
Aramis. Okay, that's a good name. Now, where does your name come from? Your first name?
My name, Olissio. Yes, my name. My mom, she did some digging, and it's actually kind of a Greek Italian name. It's a very, very old name, and I think I'm like one of 3 people in the world that has this name. So I'm excited about it. I love my name. Okay, and are there is it like in any Roman mythology or Greek mythology the name comes up? I don't know. Okay. I just think it's. I just remember her telling me that she did some digging, and it's a very, very old name. Kind of, yes, Greek Italian.
Yeah, my grandfather's name was Ulysses, and it's it ends in an E and it starts with a U. So
yep. Yep.
So it's your name was familiar looking, but unique enough that nobody ever forget your whole name. In fact,
Yeah.
Zoppe. Does Zoppe have any meaning in Italian?
I don't believe so. I believe it's just a name. And I believe there's actually a small town in Italy called Zoppe.
Ah, okay. So how did you happen to decide to come to bring your show to Las Vegas?
Like I said, it's been a dream of mine, and I knew that the Southpoint had an equestrian facility. Initially, we wanted to bring our show under our brand new Italian design big top. But the facility itself was so much more appealing. It was already existing. There was no setup involved. And so I kind of, we established a relationship with the Southpoint, and we were able to come to terms, and we made it happen. But it was definitely my first choice casino to perform at Las Vegas.
Well, on behalf of La Voce and the Italian American Club out here, we welcome you. We're gonna do the best we can to get the seats filled up, and I look forward to meeting you when you come out. We're going to be going to the show, and hopefully they'll be packed every single day.
Awesome, fantastic.
Thank you very much for your time, Olissio,
Thank
and we're anxious to see you come.
Thank you, Mr. Bevilacqua.
Okay, bye now.
All right, ciao.
Ciao.